Hello and welcome to CNN World Sport. I'm Alex Thomas in London. Just 3 days after Chris Gayle shattered the record books, the West Indies batsman was on the receiving end as Cricket World Cup history was rewritten again in his team's defeat to South Africa. AB de Villiers hit 162 not out as the South Africans posted 408 runs from their 50 overs, the second highest total in the tournament's history. He reached three figures from 52 balls, the second fastest century in any World Cup. And when West Indies were bowled out for 151, the victory margin of 257 runs was the fifth biggest of all time. AB de Villiers loves batting against the West Indies. His three highest scores in one-day internationals have all come against the Caribbean team. The two largest innings, both this year, underlining his recent red-hot form. The 2007 century, by the way, was his first ever in an ODI. And one final stat from today's innings, de Villiers reaching 150 from 66 balls. That is the fastest of all time. Former England batsman Nick Compton is with us. Nick, how big a statement is that from South Africa?
I think it's an important statement in the fact that they've come off an emphatic loss against India, and they would have wanted to have bounced back in strong style. And, of course, they've done that. However, I wouldn't look too far ahead. I think West Indies, with all due respect, haven't got the strongest bowling attack. And, you know, it's something that they've been very inconsistent. I think their batting is their strong point. We saw Chris Gayle scoring 200, again, albeit against Zimbabwe. So while it's nice that they're playing well, I think the important thing to take out of it is that three of their players now have hundreds in the World Cup. AB de Villiers, JP Duminy and Miller have both got hundreds. So I think that's very important that your star player is in really prime form.
Yeah, and a one-star performance can really swing these one-day internationals, as AB de Villiers showed. What is it about his batting at the moment that's seeing him in such great form?
Well, AB de Villiers is arguably the most complete batsman in all forms of the game. And the reason why is he can hit 360 degrees in all areas. You know, he's so innovative, he's so dynamic. And one of the great things about that is being able to come to the crease as a batsman and to really know your role and know what you're trying to do. And if you see AB de Villiers walk to the crease, it's almost like, this is what I'm going to do, try and stop me. And at the moment, he's in such good form. Confidence plays such a big role in that. He's come off the back of that 149 at Wanderers and breaking the world record for the fastest 100. So he's in sublime form. He's playing on good pitches and against not such good bowling against West Indies. The true test, though, will be against when they come up against the likes of New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah, and in the knockout rounds as well, they've got something to prove there, haven't they? Australia and New Zealand have as well. The co-hosts going head-to-head this weekend. Mouth-watering because they're both in such great form, those teams.
Yeah, the only thing I have a problem with is that if you look at the Football World Cup, for example, Germany, everyone says, oh, Germany are coming into the World Cup with the worst team they've ever had, and they suddenly get to the final. And the thing with the World Cup is that you've got to peak at the right time. And I'm just a bit concerned about the fact that Australia and New Zealand have really dominated the early stages of this tournament. They've gone running out. Can they maintain that sort of pace? You know, I think Australia, for me, are well set. I think New Zealand have played very, very good cricket. I think the fact that they swing the ball in New Zealand makes them a very tough team to beat in New Zealand. So I think it's going to be a really good game. I expect New Zealand to probably just have the edge over Australia.
And also in New Zealand on Saturday, England in their latest match against Sri Lanka. England really need to step it up, don't they, to match a really good one-day side in Sri Lanka?
Well, we know the importance of this game. I think Sri Lanka, again, are a team that you can't discount. They're very strong in World Cups. They've got to two finals in the last two World Cups. You've got the likes of Jayawardena, Sangakkara and Dilshan, a very experienced campaigners, played almost over 1,000 one-day games in one-day cricket between them. If you compare that to England, England are really lacking that experience and those senior players that can perhaps, you know, score consistently. So, you know, big question marks over England at the moment. But it was, as we know, one big innings. There are a lot of good performers in that side. If they can really get a good total together, I think they've got a chance.
OK, Nick, many thanks for your time again here on CNN World Sport.